Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a really big idea called Water Atlas. The vision here is massive, to build a planetary water intelligence system. Basically, a way for all of us to finally truly understand our most critical resource. So let's get into how it's supposed to work.
This sentence right here, this is the heart of the whole mission. It's not really about predicting the future like a crystal ball. It's about seeing the connections, the real consequences of our actions, but seeing them now, while we still have time to choose a different path. So, to be super clear, this is not some kind of global control system. Not at all. A much better way to think about it is as a decision laboratory. It's like a safe sandbox where we can run experiments on our incredibly complex world to see what might happen if we build a new dam, or change a farming policy, or face a huge drought, all without anyone getting hurt in the real world. The whole system is really framed around these four key ideas. It's an observatory, just watching how we actually behave when water gets scarce. It's a laboratory for testing out our ideas. It's a risk engine that can finally put a real price tag on these invisible threats. And maybe the coolest part? It's a planetary game board, where we can literally play out different futures to see what happens. So why? Why build something this enormous? Well, the answer really gets into the weird, unique nature of our global water problem. Let's take a closer look. This is the absolute key. The biggest water risks, they aren't the big, sudden disasters like a tsunami. No, they're these quiet, slow-burning problems with a really, really long fuse. They hide deep inside the complex systems that run our world. And by the time we actually see the effect, the cause is months or sometimes even years in the past. This timeline just lays it out perfectly. Okay, so a drought hits some region that makes one tiny little component for, say, your phone. You don't even notice. But then, 6 months later, the factory can't get that part. 9 months down the line, the phone you want is suddenly out of stock everywhere. Then, a full year after that little drought, the company's stock price takes a nosedive. The whole point of Water Atlas is to connect that very first domino to the very last one before they all start to fall. Okay, so if the problem is that complex with all those delays, how in the world could you possibly model it? Well, the approach Water Atlas takes is honestly pretty ingenious, and it all starts by turning the entire planet into a game. It's this awesome 3-step process. First, you build what's called a digital twin of Earth's water systems, and it's constantly being updated with real satellite data. Second, you add the game mechanics. You've got players, like cities and farms, you've got resources, and you have rules. And third, you just unleash an AI to play this game millions and millions of times. It's basically a flight simulator for the entire planet, where the AI can experience and learn from centuries of floods, droughts, and conflicts in just a couple of weeks. And get this, the AI isn't just learning the physics of water. By playing as all these different agents, like an upstream country versus a downstream one, or city versus farmers, it actually learns about negotiation, conflict, and cooperation. It's learning about human systems, which, let's be honest, are often the most unpredictable part of any water crisis. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds incredibly ambitious and, well, incredibly expensive. So how does a project like this actually get funded and built? This is where the strategy gets really, really clever. I mean, it's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? Do you just wait around for all the world's governments to agree and fund it? Hope for some massive philanthropic grant? The answer is no, you don't wait. Instead, you build it piece by piece by creating real businesses that solve immediate, painful problems for customers who are more than willing to pay for a solution today. So, for example, you could create an insurance product that automatically pays farmers the moment a satellite detects drought conditions. No paperwork, no hassle. Or a service that tells a construction company if the land they're about to build on is going to have stable groundwater in 20 years. Each one of these is a valuable business all on its own. But here's the magic. This is the truly genius part. Every single time one of these businesses helps a customer, it generates perfect, high-quality data as a side effect. And that data feeds the AI. So more customers means more data, which makes the AI model smarter, which lets you create even better products, which, you guessed it, attracts even more customers. It becomes a self-funding flywheel that's quietly assembling all the pieces of this global system. The insurance business is such a perfect example of this. Think about it. An insurance payout isn't some vague signal. It is a legally binding, financially painful confirmation that something has gone wrong. That data provides a truth layer for the AI, teaching it the exact moment a water system breaks and crosses the line from just being stressed into being a full-blown catastrophe.
So as we wrap this up, it is absolutely critical to understand the ultimate goal here. This is not about creating some all-powerful AI to run the world.
The creators are so clear about this distinction. Water Atlas is built for decision support. It's meant to give us, the humans, better tools to see what's coming, like early warnings and scenario comparisons. It is explicitly not designed for autonomous control. Humans always, always make the final call. The person is always in the loop.
And this is the fundamental principle. The goal here isn't artificial intelligence, it's about collective intelligence. The system is just a tool, a powerful one for sure, but a tool to augment our own wisdom, not to replace it. So let's just do a quick recap. Water Atlas is a decision lab, a place to practice the future, not a control system. It's designed to tackle the hidden, delayed nature of water risk by using an AI that learns from a planetary scale game. And it's built in a really practical way, through a series of businesses that create a powerful data flywheel.
And, ultimately, this whole project leaves us with a pretty profound question. We use simulators to train pilots and surgeons for the most critical situations imaginable. So what if we could do the same thing for our entire planet? What if we could practice our collective future before we're all forced to live with the consequences? It's a really powerful idea to think about. Thanks for tuning in.